us. Assalamu alaikum and a very warm good morning to everyone. Honorable guests, distinguished scientists, respected speakers, faculty members, and dear participants. It is my immense pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the first International Conference on Pioneering Frontiers in Science and Technology, organized by Collab and Rise Global Society. In today's rapidly evolving world, science and technology are not just fields of study, they are powerful tools shaping the future of humanity. They are powerful tools shaping the future of humanity. This conference serves as a global platform where researchers, academicians, and innovators come together to share knowledge, present cutting edge research, address global challenges, build international collaborations. Events like this are essential for bridging the gap between research and real world applications. The key aim of this conference is to promote scientific innovation and interdisciplinary research, encourage young researchers and emerging scientists, strengthen global academic and research collaborations, provide solutions to challenges in health, environment, technology, and sustainability. Ultimately, this conference is about creating impact through knowledge and collaboration. Before we begin our technical session, let us start with inspiration. It is my pleasure to invite our motivational speaker, Ms. Suhra Sadaqat. She is an MS Zoology student with strong research interest in environmental systems and applied life sciences. She actively participates in scientific discussions, research-based problem solving, and global academic initiatives. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Suhra Sadaqat. Over to you, Ms. Sugra Sadakat.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It's truly an honor to be here among such inspiring individuals from different backgrounds and places. Let me begin with a simple question. Have you ever felt like you are not ready yet, not experienced enough, not confident enough, or maybe not good enough? Because the truth is, we all feel that way at some point. But here is something powerful to remember. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. We often wait for the perfect moment, but that moment never really comes. So instead of waiting, we create it. And today, this conference is exactly that, an opportunity created for learning, sharing, and growing. Sometimes we underestimate ourselves and think, I'm just a student. What difference can I make? But let me tell you, every expert was once a beginner. The ideas you share today, the questions you ask, the confidence you built here, these are the very things that shape your future. And let's be honest for a second, we are not here for certificates, right? We are here to explore new ideas, connect with amazing minds, and maybe discover a stronger version of ourselves. Success is not about being the best, it's about being better than you were yesterday. So today, don't just listen, engage, ask questions, share your thoughts, step out of your comfort zone. Because who knows, the next big idea might come from you. Let's make this conference not just an event, but a meaningful experience.
Thank you, Ms. Sugra Sadakat, for such a motivating and thought-provoking session. Your words have inspired us and reminded us of the importance of passion, dedication, and continuous learning in the journey of science. Now, moving towards our keynote session, it is a great honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Nuran Farooq. Dr. Nuran Farooq is a Cairo-based physician specializing in internal medicine and serving as an assistant lecturer at MSA University, Egypt. She holds a master's degree from Ain-Shams University and has professional experience in clinical care and hospital management. She is also the co-founder and CEO of 𝑵𝒐𝒖𝒓𝒂𝒏 a pioneering women-focused mobility platform in the MENA region, empowering thousands of women through sustainable transport solutions. Her work bridges healthcare innovations and social impact. Please join me in warmly welcome Dr. Nuran Farooq.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you so much for having me today. Let me just share my screen. I hope that all of you can see my screen. So hello, everyone. Thank you so much again for having me today. Our topic is healthcare innovations for a healthier tomorrow. In this session, we will explore how advancements in medical technologies and new models of care are improving healthcare outcomes, not only today, but for future generations as well. We will look at different innovations, understand how they work in simple terms, and most importantly, how they impact patients, doctors, and healthcare systems overall. So let's start. Let's begin with advancements in medical technology. So today we are seeing rapid innovation such as improved imaging systems, minimally invasive surgical tools, and also precision diagnostic devices. If you heard of any of this, what does this mean in simple terms? Improved imaging systems like advanced MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, or CT scans allow doctors to see inside our body much more clearly than before. And this helps in detecting diseases at much earlier stages, especially cancer. The second innovation is minimally invasive surgical tools, mean that instead of large surgical cuts, doctors can perform procedures using very small instruments. And this leads to less pain, lower risk, and much faster recovery for patients. Like, for example, appendectomy in the past, doctors have to cut through the abdomen and open the abdomen. Now it's with simple device, the procedures can be done and much faster. And of course, the recovery is much easier for patients. The third innovation is precision diagnostic devices. It also helps doctors identify diseases more accurately, so reducing the guesswork. So overall, these technologies are transforming patient care by enabling earlier detection, improving treatment accuracy, and also increasing the patient safety and recovery. As a result, patients recover faster and experience better health outcomes. Another important innovation is the expansion of telehealth services. So what is telehealth? Telehealth allows patients to access healthcare remotely. So if you are at your home, you can access healthcare without even going to the hospital. usually through video consultations or online platforms. So the doctor have a video, they can give you video consultation with you inside your home without even going to the clinic or the hospital. So instead of physically going to hospital or clinic, patients can speak to a doctor from their home. This has made healthcare much more convenient to all patients, especially patients that are far away from the hospitals or from the clinics, especially in rural areas. It reduces travel time, waiting time, and makes it easier to people to seek medical advice. It's especially important for individuals living in remote or rural areas where healthcare facilities may not be easily accessible. It also helps people with mobility challenges, such as elderly patients or those with disabilities. And most importantly, telehealth ensures continuity of care, meaning that patients can stay in regular contact with their doctors and manage their health more effectively. Now let's talk about personalized and precision medicine. I know most of you it may be the first time to hear about the precision medicine. So let's dive into the personalized and precision medicine. Traditionally, many patients with the same disease receive similar treatments. However, healthcare is now shifting towards more personalized approaches because every patient, of course, has a specific symptoms, specific pattern of the disease. Even though it's the same disease in many patients, but every patient may require a specific approach. So this means treatments are tailored to each patient or to each individual based on their genetic profile, lifestyle, and specific health needs. For example, we have two patients with the same condition may respond differently to the same treatment. Personalized treatment or personalized medicine helps doctors choose the treatment that works best for each patient or for each person. So this approach improves the effectiveness of the therapies because they are designed specifically for the patient. It also minimizes side effects since treatments are more targeted and suitable for each patient, so no many side effects will be developed after treatment. Overall, this leads to more successful treatment outcomes and better patient experiences. Now let's talk about a very important topic or a part of the topic, which is the artificial intelligence. It's the trending topic right now. So artificial intelligence or AI is another major innovation in healthcare. AI systems can analyze very large and complex amounts of data, much faster than humans, of course. So in healthcare, AI is used to identify patterns in medical data, assist in diagnosis diseases, and support doctors in making clinical decisions. So we see AI involved in all sectors, and one of the main sectors that AI can be used is the healthcare, which is a very important sector. For example, AI can help detect abnormalities in medical images or predict if a patient is at risk of developing a certain condition. So even before the patient developed a condition, the AI can predict if this patient or this person can develop this condition. And also with the MRI and the CT scans on all these medical imaging, AI can detect if there is a problem or there is an issue with the medical images. So this improves both the speed and accuracy of diagnosis. It's important to note that AI doesn't replace healthcare professionals or the doctors. Instead, it works alongside them as a support tool, but cannot totally replace them. So by enhancing decision making and reducing errors, AI contributes to more efficient healthcare systems and improved patient care. Another healthcare innovation is the wearable health. Maybe some of you have heard of it. The watches, the healthcare watches, is very common right now and used by many people to monitor their blood pressure, to their heart rate, and etc. So wearable health monitoring devices are also becoming very common. And we see a lot of athletes, like, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo and other athletes, are using these devices, the healthcare, the watches, which is very important for their health. So this includes devices like fitness trackers and smart watches that many people use daily, especially athletes and sports men. These devices continuously monitor vital signs such as heart rate, physical activity, sleep patterns, and sometimes even oxygen levels. This is real-time data allows individuals to become more aware of their health and take proactive steps to improve it. So instead of only checking health during doctor visits, people can monitor themselves every day. Additionally, healthcare providers can use this data to detect early warning signs and intervene before condition becomes serious. And this shifts healthcare from being reactive after the disease has already happened to more proactive and preventive. Another healthcare innovation and another important development is the use of electronic healthcare records. It's mainly in the hospitals. I know maybe some of you haven't heard of the healthcare records, but it's one of the healthcare innovations. So what is electronic health records? It means that the patient's information is stored digitally rather than on paper. You know, before hospitals, everything was documented on papers, and this is actually very exhausting to the doctors, to the healthcare professionals. Nowadays, it's only recorded digitally. All of your information, if you from the moment you enter the hospital, everything you do inside the hospital is recorded digitally. So this makes it much easier for healthcare providers to store, to access, and to update the patient information very quickly. For example, a doctor can immediately view a patient's medical history and previous treatments, and also the test results. In addition, it becomes the data becomes more secure. Sharing allows different healthcare professionals, such as doctors, specialists, and nurses, to access to the same up-to-date information. And this improves coordination between care teams and ensures that everyone is making decisions based on the accurate information. So as a result, treatment becomes more constant and the risk of medical errors is reduced. Healthcare today is not only focused on treating diseases, but also on preventing them. Preventive care aims to identify potential health issues before they become serious. This includes regular checkups, screenings, vaccinations, and promoting healthy lifestyles such as proper nutrition and also physical activity. So by detecting problems early, doctors can intervene sooner, which often leads to better outcomes. And preventive medicine or preventive care can also help reduce the burden of chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension and heart diseases. Overall, the approach leads to healthier populations and reduces pressure on healthcare systems. We have another also term, which is green health or sustainable healthcare practices. So finally, healthcare innovation also includes sustainability. Sustainability is very important in healthcare. Healthcare facilities are adopting nowadays are adopting more environmentally friendly practices, such as reducing waste, like for example, from shifting for the documentation on paper to digitally documentation, we are saving the environment. We are becoming more environmentally, we are adopting more environmentally friendly practices, such as reducing waste, improving energy efficiency, and using sustainable materials. And this is very important because healthcare systems can have a significant environmental impact. By becoming more sustainable, healthcare organizations not only protect the environment, but also support long-term public health. A cleaner environment contributes to a healthier communities, so decrease the number of patients that already are affected by the environmental impacts or the climate action. So sustainability in healthcare ensures that we maintain high quality patient care while also caring for the planet, which is a vicious circle. If we care for the environment, we will care. That means that we also care for the population and we care for all people. Thank you so much. To conclude, healthcare innovation is transforming how we detect, treat, and prevent diseases. From advanced technologies to more personalized care and sustainable practices, the future of healthcare is becoming more efficient, accessible, and patient-centered. These innovations are not just improving healthcare today, they are shaping a healthier tomorrow for future generations. Thank you so much. I'm happy to take any questions.
Any participant have question?
Sorry, I haven't opened my camera during the presentation. Just noticed
Please
that.
ask question.
I'd like to know your feedback, your comments, even in the chat. If you don't want to unmute yourself, just write in the chat. Thank you so much, Minhil Khaled. It's very informative. Thank you, Hania Salim. Thank you, Sura. Thank you all. Does anyone want to ask any questions about the topic or about anything? Since you talked about telehealth, can you please elaborate? Sure, it's the same as I mentioned in the presentation about telehealth. So telehealth, one of the things that a patient can follow up with a doctor even inside their homes, and it's very actually flexible for most of patients, because most of the patients, especially in rural areas, cannot have a full access to healthcare. And also most of them are old age, some of them also with disabilities. So it's very flexible for them, and it's very easy for them to follow up with a doctor through video conferences or video calls. So this is one of actually the part of the telehealth. Thank you for valuable presentation. Thank you so much, Omar. Thank you, Nupur. How do we handle patients who refuse to have their data shared electronically? It's not an option, but of course, we must have the patient consents in every detail. But inside the hospital, it's not an option to be recorded or not, because from the moment that the patient enters the hospital, it's their consent that the hospital will treat them according to the policy and the system of the hospital. So the hospital or the clinic that treat this patient have the full responsibility to know all the patient's history, medical history, their treatments, everything, and to be recorded electronically, so that if any problem or any issue happened with this patient, everything was documented electronically. They can defend themselves. And also, if the patient decides to be treated in another hospital or in another facility, the another facility can have all the records of the patient. But of course, every procedure that is done inside the hospital, we must have the patient's consent. If they want to have this procedure or not, it's the patient responsibility. Thank you so much, Muhammad Dawood. Thank you, Kor. Thank you, Muhammad Asif. Zora, when should a person, thank you, Kurat. When should a person avoid a telehealth and go to a hospital instead? I think if the patient has a full access to healthcare, it's better, of course, to go to the hospital and have a meeting with the doctor in person. Of course, in-person meetings may be in some cases better than the video calls. Especially in the diseases related to the bones and the nerves. Sometimes the patient has specific gait or specific moving, so the doctor can immediately diagnose the patient according to their type of or moving pattern. And it's related to the nerves and the bones. In many cases, sometimes the doctor needs to see the patient in person. But of course, if the patient has circumstances that prevent them from going to the hospital or the healthcare facility, the telehealth also provides those patients with an access to the healthcare through online with video calls and other available options. Do you think that current electronic health record systems are designed more for administration than for improving patient care? I think for both, in my opinion, because as I said, everything is documented digitally. It's very easy. It allows very easy access for the doctors, for nurses, for all specialities to work together with on the patient's case, because a lot of patients, of course, it's not only a specific specialty. It's maybe in some cases there are a lot of specialties that are working on the same patients. For example, patients with some diseases that require the intervention of an internal medicine specialist, with nephrology specialist, with neurologist. So a lot of actually specialties can work on the same patient. So electronic health records allow this to be much easier than the paper documentation. And of course, in the administration, it's also very easy. We have other... Thank you, Muhammad Bahram. Thank you, Faika. Thank you, Iman. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, 𝑚ْتِثال. How would AI can be helpful for us in the future? Of course, like I said, AI is is now involved in all sectors, but it cannot, in healthcare specifically, it cannot replace the human. In my opinion, it cannot replace the human 100%. But in specific cases, it may replace the human, and it makes it easier for us to detect the issues or the problems with medical imaging, like I said in the presentation. So some parts in medicine AI can replace, but it's not actually 100% replacement, because there are a lot of things that AI cannot do alone. It's just an assistant to the doctors or the healthcare professionals. But of course, nowadays, even some surgeries can be done by AI. But of course, I can tell you, it's like the controller is the human, but AI can only be directed through humans. So it's not only about AI, it's also about the human that uses the AI. Can wearable health monitoring devices play a role in emergency detection, such as predicting heart attacks or seizures? It's mainly for daily monitoring, but I think there are a lot of actually now companies that working on developing such innovations so that the wearable health monitoring devices can be used in advanced cases, especially in emergency detection. But of course, it gives us an idea. The normal wearable health monitoring devices that most people use maybe give you an idea about your blood pressure, your heart rate, etc. But in emergency, maybe some companies are still working on this technologies. And of course, I think they can at some point develop such innovations to be used in emergencies or emergency cases. If these innovations are this beneficial and efficient electronically and through AI, then what are the biggest barriers we are facing to implementing these innovations in our hospitals today, especially in underdeveloped, developing countries, and what efforts can be made to resolve this issue? Like you said, it's underdeveloped or developing countries. So the main issue is the financial. We don't have the financial support that can make us makes these innovations be available in every healthcare facilities or every hospital or every clinic. The main burden or the main barrier is the financials, of course. Not all innovations are available in all underdeveloped or developing countries. But of course, in developed countries, it's all available in many facilities, especially the big facilities, like in the US and Europe. But in the underdeveloped, still we need some time in order to provide these healthcare innovations in most of our healthcare facilities. Thank you, Mariam. What if the recommendation of AI conflicts with clinical judgment? What can be the drawback? That's why I said that AI cannot be the only thing that is that can control or can decide on the treatment, the diagnosis, and whatever. It's just an assistant. And of course, we use AI just to detect if there is something wrong or there is an issue with the tests, with medical imaging, with whatever. So it's just an assistant. And of course, the decision maker is the doctor or the healthcare professional that is dealing with the case. And we only use, in my opinion, we only use AI as an assistant to our process in order to diagnose, treat, and manage the patient. Thank you, Sabahat. So my question is what the role of researcher and scientists in such sector? It's the main role. Everything that is happening in healthcare, the researcher or the scientist is the main part and the main has the main role in order to develop such innovations, in order to update our approach to patients. Medicine is changing every day. It's not the same. It's not the same approach that we have a week ago. Everything happening in medicine is happening daily, and it's changing a lot every day. We discover a lot of things in medicine every day. So it's the researcher or the scientist actually has a main role. Thank you. I think someone has muted me. Sorry. Thank you, Mariam. Yes, the financial resources are the biggest practical challenges in integrating AI. Yes. Thank you so much all for your comments and questions. Does anyone else has any question? Also, if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, just in if you want to reach for any other questions, or even if you search for any opportunities, just you can search for my name. Thank you, Muhammad Mazamir. Or Instagram. Thank you so much, Laiba. Thank you, Sana. Thank you, Mariam. Thank you, Ariba. Thank you, Manahil. Can AI replace humans? No. Like I said many times, it's not a replacement for humans. It's just an assistant, especially in healthcare. Healthcare is one of the sectors that is humans are very important. Doctors are very important. Nurses are very important. Healthcare professionals in general are very important. So AI cannot replace them, especially in many cases. But of course, AI can replace humans in some parts. Like, for example, nowadays, some surgeries can be done by AI, but the decision maker in general is the human. The controller of the whole procedure is the human. Thank you, Effat. Thank you, Ikra. Thank you so much, all. It was such a pleasure to have this session and to facilitate this session for you all. And I really wish you all the best. And like I said, if you want any other questions, just reach me through LinkedIn. It's the same name as the Instagram as well. So either way, I will reply to you immediately. And yeah, thank you. Thank you, Arisha. Thank you, Imtisal. Thank you,
Thank
Aisha.
you. Thank you so much, Dr. Nuran Farooq, for that outstanding keynote address. And your work